What's up, Keep Pounding crew? We're back to another video. Keep pounding! Today's topic is preview for the New Orleans Saints game. If you like the video, if you like the channel, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down below if you feel like doing so. Let's dive in. So, the Saints. We're going to start with this injury report real quick. We have Michael Thomas that's out, and Nick Easton, who is a center slash a guard in concussion protocol, who is out for this game. And you've got JT Gray, who is questionable for game status. Now, let's get into our injuries. And we're coming into this game pretty banged up. We got Dante Jackson with a toe, Zach Kerr with a toe, John Miller with an ankle injury, who we just brought up Mike Horton for to replace him for this week. Curtis Samuel with a knee injury. Eli Apple with a hamstring, still battling back from that. Trenton Cannon with a neck injury. Mike Davis with an ankle. And then you've got three players that were on COVID this week, and we activated Joey Sly. So he's back. So that should dispel all the issues about kicker. Now, let me get into this before I start going through my analysis. I've heard the trade rumors for Mark Ingram. No. Let me tell you why. Firstly, this man has just as many drops as Ian Thomas this year. 2. Surely we could find somebody better. And trading Curtis Samuel instead of DJ? Nah. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. You got the wrong receiver. If you want DJ, you can have him in a trade for a tight end. But Curtis, That's all I'm going to say on that subject. Surely we can find somebody better. So, now, on the subject of Tahir Whitehead, people have mentioned that he has not been doing his job. He's been pedestrian, in fact. And I agree with that. He's had a rough time trying to stop the run, and his pass protection skills are garbage. So let's take a look at Spot Track. We're paying this man $2.5 million this year. Never mind what the Raiders paid him. Never mind what the Lions paid him. We're only concerned about this contract this year of the $2.5 million. So we're basically paying him $2.5 million to play like a pedestrian middle linebacker. Essentially. Now, does that sound good to you? Seriously? You're okay with this? Now, I mean, the defensive coordinator is okay with him. He thought he was playing all right. Now, I'll give you this. If you go by stats alone, yes, this man has made as many tackles, if not more, than Trey Boston. But, there's a huge but involved in this one. If you play pedestrian defense on our defense, in our unit, you're going to give up runs galore. You're going to give up passes galore. Yes, the man's tackling. Yes, he's stopping wide receivers and running backs from getting yards after the catch and yards after the rush. But $2.5 million to do what he's doing? Come on, man. We don't pay you to be a pedestrian. We don't pay you to put on a uniform and look pretty on the field and get a bunch of tackles. Step it up, bro. That's all I'm saying. Step it up. This man needs some tough love. But while we're on the subject of Tahir Whitehead, the Raiders decided to pay him $19 million for 3 years. Why? For that level of production? Are you kidding me? But never mind that. You know, we're not the Raiders. We're paying him 2.5. So what I expect out of him is for him to earn the $2.5 million that we signed him for. So, that being the case, now I want to get into the stats going into this game. Now, if you look on the defensive stats, you will see that Jeremy Chinn is 12th in total tackles. Then you scroll down and you'll find that we have Shaq Thompson just a little below him in 16th or 17th in tackles. 47 total tackles for Shaq Thompson, tied up with Joe Schobert, Levante David from Tampa Bay, and Josh Jones slightly above him. So, and for Jeremy Chinn, he's sitting behind Devin White from Tampa. I mean, that's not bad, right? You got to consider that's not bad. Offensively, you're looking at Teddy Bridgewater being 8th in total yards. You're looking at Teddy being 4th in completion percentage with 70.9, right behind Drew Brees. I just wanted to mention that before we go into this game. Now, for anyone that wants to know where a certain quarterback is, or a certain set of quarterbacks there are, go look at the list. You'll be very, very surprised at where they are. Matt Bryant dropped to 19th. You got Tom Brady that dropped to 22nd in completion percentage. And you got Aaron Rodgers at 18th in completion percentage. And this is going into week 7. So, I mean, here's the thing. We have a very, very difficult game ahead of us with the Saints. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't do that. This is my channel. I don't lie. I don't see us coming out of this with a win. I've had this down as a loss from the beginning. And, whether the Saints have Michael Thomas or not, you still got to deal with Kamara. You still got to deal with Cook. You still got to deal with Drew Brees. And those three alone are enough to frustrate some defensive coordinators. when they're trying to game plan. But Drew Brees has not had the deep ball right now, up to this point. He hasn't done much with it. Which means you're going to have to beat him in the short and medium passing range. Now, considering our pass rush, it's not anything to write home about. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not spectacular at all. It's been below pedestrian, really. If you want to consider pedestrian average, it's below average. We had 0 sacks last week. We had maybe half a dozen quarterback hits, which, if you consider those to be quarterback pressures, that would count towards that category, I suppose. Then that's pedestrian, really, when you consider the rest of the league and their pass rushes. And then you go and look at the Saints versus the Chargers. And I'm going to tell you, that was not a pretty sight if you're a Saints fan. So, they don't have the best line in the world, but we may be able to get some quarterback pressures. We may get lucky and get a sack. I don't know. But I can tell you that this offensive line is better than Atlanta's, just looking at it. So, you're looking at Jeremy Chin, who, as of right now, has 49 total tackles. He has 1 tackle for a loss, 3 passes defended, 1 interception. That's what you're looking at with Jeremy right now. Now, he had help. 21 assists. Then you got Shaq Thompson, 47 tackles. But losing Douglas is huge. That's a huge, huge loss for us going into this game. If you put Cook on Troy Pride Jr., Cook will roast him. It's not even going to be close. And then you've got Kamara sitting over there. It's running some slot plays. It's not going to look pretty. I'm just going to be honest with you. Troy's good, but Cook is he's had a good while in the NFL now, and with that kind of speed and that kind of skill, it's never going to end well. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Now, Corn Elder may come in and help out. And take the pressure off of Troy Pride Jr., but I don't know. Jeremy Chin might step up over on that side and get some stops. But, it's going to fall on the linebackers to really step up in this game. And if you're asking Tahir Whitehead to step up, which we've been asking this man to step up every single week, and he's been just putting up 32 tackles, and not really done that much other than tackle, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. Because if they decide to run a lot of slant plays and stuff like that over the middle, we're going to be in trouble. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. We're going to be in trouble. without KK Short in there to help out with the pass rush, it's not going to look good. Derek Brown might get some run stops. And, you got Brian Burns that's got 4.5 tackles for a loss, 1 pass defended, 2 forced fumbles. I mean, maybe we could force a fumble, but maybe we might catch a pick. But I mean, at the end of the day, the Saints are going to run us out of the Superdome. Let's be honest. They're going to run us out. We don't have a great record in that stadium. And also, I feel like they're 7 to 10 points better than us, playing at our best. If we are playing like we were against the Bears, it's 14 plus. 14 plus. That's not even close. If we played the Saints like we did last week, we're going to get absolutely run out of the stadium. It's not even worth putting on a uniform at that point and trying to play that game. Unless you just want to learn from your mistakes and try to learn more about this team. Which, honestly, I would recommend doing anyway. But, yeah. Feeding off that point, I think we're going to learn a lot about our mistakes and where our holes are against the Saints. They expose us a lot every time we play them. So we learn more about ourselves. We learn more about what we need to fix and how to fix it against them in the first game that we play usually every year. But I don't see a win. I'm going to be honest. I will say that Teddy will play better than he did last week. Because Teddy looked like trash last week. Well, I wouldn't say trash. He was pedestrian. Pedestrian's probably the better word. That was not a good look for him. Teddy Two Gloves, man. He's almost got as many interceptions as touchdowns. But if you consider how he drives the ball down the field, it looks good. It looks great up until you get into the field goal range. And then things start to fall off the train tracks. And you start to wonder, what is going on? Is it our play calling? Is it DJ? Is it our lack of chemistry? Is it the fact that we don't have a red zone threat tight end? What is it that's holding us back? That's what we're still trying to figure that out. And I can tell you it's a little bit of everything. It's play calling as well. And based on what I've seen, that's my opinion of it. Now, we have Christian McCaffrey coming back this coming Thursday. That's going to make things more interesting. The defenses are going to key in on him after this. He'll possibly be active against Atlanta. We'll see. But can we stop the Saints and win this game? I have 2 ways that we may be able to somehow pull off a miracle in this game. Number 1 is we've got to put a lid on Jared Cook. If we can hold him to under 60 or 70 yards, roughly, then we can start to focus on other areas. And I would recommend having someone watch Kamara at all times. Just be his spy, be his shadow, just be everywhere that he is. And I'm telling you, if we put somebody on him, that's going to make a major difference. Then we can start doubling him up when he comes to the outside. We can start watching him at, if he starts doing slant plays, we can put somebody over there. That's the strategy I would employ. You take away Breeze's two main weapons, then you can really, really focus on what's left. And if our offense could start playing better, stop shooting ourselves in the foot, stop the stupid penalties, stop the stupid turnovers. Let's play like we're capable of playing. Get motivated. Play like you want to play. And earn your money, earn your time on the field, earn your spot on the roster, earn this W. You're in this depth chart for a reason. Start playing like it. If you want to get to 9 or 10 wins, start playing like it. Players, if you're watching this, that's my advice for you. Find something that motivates you, that lights your fire, that pumps you up, that kicks you in the teeth, that makes you want to play football and knock some heads on the field. Like Mike Davis is doing. Follow his example. Figure out whatever Jeremy Chin is motivated by and use that. Use whatever you have to. Get motivated. I want to see this team come out with some fire when you come out of that tunnel. I want to see this team play. I don't want to see any of this horse hockey nonsense. I want to see this team play. When you get into that red zone, change your play calling. Adapt. Figure out what the defense is doing. Don't make stupid throws. Don't make stupid penalties. Don't turn the ball over. Be smart. Be competitive. You fill in the blank. That's what I want to see when I see this team come out on Sunday. And if I see that, we have a chance. And honestly, at this point, an L doesn't kill us. It doesn't make us look good unless we keep that game to within 10 points. If we do that successfully, we're not going to make ourselves look like shark bait to the rest of the league and the rest of the teams on our schedule. Because I can tell you right now, these teams are looking at us like we are a piece of meat. Like a raw piece of meat being cooked on a grill. Ready to go. For them to chow down on. We got to prove to them that we are not that raw piece of meat. We have to prove to these teams that we are not to be taken lightly. That we are not to be slept on. And it starts right here this Sunday. You want 9 or 10 wins? Show me. Show all of us. Show every one of these fans out here that you want it. Prove it. Don't just talk. Don't just talk your talk. Don't just walk your walk. Prove it. Man, if this team doesn't show me that, I'm going to have questions about the identity of this team for the rest of the year. Don't make me question this team, guys. Show me. With that being said, keep pounding. Let's see if we can get a dub.